Hi folks, I want to talk about the police today, but before I do so, I want to just preface my remarks by just saying this isn't an attack on all police officers. This isn't an attack on those that put themselves out there on the emergency front line that are actually tackling knife crime and trying to make people's lives better by eradicating crime, which is on the rise. So I just want to let you know that before I start. And, you know, I've had my fair share, one or two run-ins now with the police in both the Electoral Commission and the David Starkey case. And both times I've found them to be absolutely excellent. So much so that I wish the police were in charge of regulating elections and not the Electoral Commission. But that's a topic for a totally different video. This clip here, which I'm about to play, I'm pointing over there, here, which has been doing the rounds on social media, of what looks like, or what's reported to be, and the Metropolitan Police have said they're investigating this, a Metropolitan Police officer chatting and hugging a member of a pro-Palestine protest. Now, I don't have an issue with the hug of someone that I assume this individual knows. If not, that's really weird. Why is this police officer hugging randoms on the street? But I do take great exception to the political statement that's uttered in the same clip. Let's just have a listen, and then I'll let you know what I think.
Free Palestine!
So, to me, this is utterly damning for the reputation of the police as a politically impartial guardian of the peace. And it's not even an isolated incident, right? If you think about what we've seen from the police over recent times, they've taken the knee to Black Lives Matter, they've been videoed running away from protesters, driving around in rainbow cars, dancing to entertain TikTok users, paying over 70 grand to hire an assistant director of fairness and belonging, whatever that means. And you know, I think were you to be an outsider, you'd assume that I was talking about the actions of a group like the Marxist Mad National Union of Students, as opposed to Bobbies on the Beat. And to me, this is really serious. And I'll tell you why. The politicisation of the police has undoubtedly in my view, done much harm to the force. Any enforcer of the law that bends the knee, spray paints cars, all colours of the bloody rainbow, dances and goes on pro-Palestine demos almost, is not going to instill this sort of sense of fear in hardened criminals. They're not going to command the respect from criminals who currently feel they can go around mugging people on mopeds, knife crime spiralling, all whilst the upper echelons of the police want our bobbies on the beat to focus on reporting people for the Orwellian, in name and in nature, non-crime hate incident tag. And now, I'm not for a moment suggesting I want to see the caricature of overly officious cops with sort of heavy artillery patrolling the streets, but there has to be a halfway house, doesn't there? There has to be a way that works better than the ultra-politically correct pulp that the police force have managed to turn themselves into. A lot of people increasingly put law and order as one of their top concerns at the minute. And the Home Secretary, I think, Priti Patel, is seen as a keen supporter of the kind of things I'm speaking about today. So if things don't change even under her, just how pervasive is this woke nonsense that's politicised the institution itself and our other institutions, let's not forget? We want a police force that's here for Britain, not for Twitter. We're churning out degree-educated cops that clearly haven't left behind their student activism that they've picked up in our indoctrination camps, otherwise known as universities. But I just think that the British police have become a national embarrassment at the moment, and this can't be good. It can't be great for law and order. And a lot of people feel very unsafe, as I say, at the moment. And it's because of police chiefs at the top making entirely the wrong calls. So, I think at the end of the day, right, when you've got police officers running away from protests and you've got them doing this, shouting "Free Palestine," I assume which wasn't an endorsement, by the way, of the terrorists that Israel are having to fight off at the minute. It's a two-tier level of policing as well, where if you're on some woke protest, the police turn a blind eye to it. But if you're on a politically correct one, and non-politically correct one, you're up shit creek without a paddle. I think police chiefs need to stop politicising the force and act and ensure that you act impartially and actually investigate the crimes that matter to people, not this sort of either pandering to the politically correct or investigating people for non-crime incidents. The police are there to investigate crime, not non-crimes. Politics and non-crime nonsense. Get both of them out of the police and it'll be hunky-dory happy days for Britain. But until then, this is quite insane. Reasoned relies upon grassroots donations from people like yourself that want us to continue producing our high quality, free thinking content. So please do consider clicking the link and donating, no matter how big, no matter how small, because it really does ensure that we can keep on keeping on.